If you're out for a ride on a hot day, getting your gloves right can be a tricky process. And if you're looking for a really, really decent, safe summer glove, I can't think of many brands that do it better than Revit. And I say that with all the authority of someone who's ridden in the Revit Sand 3s for well over a year and a half now. And honestly, it's my go-to glove each and every day that it is warm. I mentioned that one because it is similar to the caliber that I have in front of me. So this is in the same sort of lineup. It's in their Dirt series, at least that's what they're terming it. And you can tell that just because obviously the style of these look much more like an off-road kind of glove, although they're not out of place if you're riding your bike in town or you're doing some commuting. But most importantly, as I mentioned, they don't sacrifice anything on safety. These are still CE approved at the end of the day, and they've got all kinds of armour throughout the glove. So they use their TPR armour on the knuckles and the finger sections. I believe they're called phalanges, if you're looking for another word to add to your dialect, but that goes all the way down there, so your fingers are covered as well, and it's quite extensive actually across the knuckles and the back of the hand. But it's flexible, so actually you don't really notice that it's there. It's not intrusive at all. You can't really tell that it's on when you're actually wearing them. And then with the materials that you've got across the rest of it, you've got their PWR stretch mesh material for the majority. That adds to this venting and the heat transferal, of course. The fact they are ventilated helps that airflow get through, but they are still abrasion resistant. They're still cut and tear proof. So they're pretty tough, durable gloves on the back, but of course on the palm, which is more important, where you're going to be placing down if you were to come off the bike, is made of goat skin, which is really tough, really durable, and really flexible at the same time. And they're vented as well. They've got some perforations on there. So a lot of airflow through here. And then of course you've got scaphoid protection. That is very important as well. That's why you're more likely to put your hand down. Then you've got neoprene on the wrist around the top of the glove there, which is really, really comfortable. And that helps it hug in nice and tight to your wrist. And it's got a decent amount of flex and stretch to that. You've also got some material on your index there so that you can use these with a touch screen. That's quite common in a lot of gloves these days. Accents and features, they are, to my eye at least, and the name would suggest at least that these are off-road focused. They are dirt gloves, but as I say, I use mine all through town, anywhere I ride effectively through the summer, and I don't generally go off-road all that often, as much as I would like to. So it's really down to your taste whether you could live with these day to day, commuting or riding through town. But as far as the rideability goes with these, I would really urge you to take a look at least. You've got them in a few different colours. You've got them in black, obviously there. You have them in mid-grey is what they call this. It's a bit of a green hue to it in the studio lights that I can see here. And then you've got them in a dark navy. These are really nice, kind of a petrol blue. And then for size, I would say they are slightly on the smaller side compared to some other brands. Of course, we've got a size guide on the website so you can measure your hand size and then you'll be able to find the glove that fits. I'm a 9 and it's listed as an extra large on our site. We will keep that up to date, obviously. But the extra large is really my size. I would normally be between a large and an extra large, but I would probably err on the slightly bigger side on these, especially if you get hot. Obviously your hand might expand and it might be harder to get in the glove itself. Once it's on, it's really nice and comfortable. You've got no kind of tautness amongst the webbing there, loads of flexibility because of the fabrics that they've used very cleverly. And then you've got nothing in there between your thumb and index finger either. The other thing is there's not a lot of room around the pinky. Often they will go baggy if they're not measured properly. Obviously hands are a particular thing. Each hand is different, but there's no extra room or excess around the pinky, which is good. You don't want that flapping around, and the rest of the fingers feel nice and tight, nice and secure. And then the star player on these gloves really is this hook loop that you secure the gloves with. So when you're putting them on a hot day, as I say, your hands can expand, or if you've got wet hands, it's quite difficult to get your gloves on. So the fact that you can just pull that taut is really nice, and actually that's nicely secure to the glove as well. So it's very easy. You can put a lot of force in there and just get them in instead of teasing them on or having to work them into your hands. Now, of course, if you want to check these out, they're on the Urban Rider website for £74.99. There will be a link in the description. Leave your questions and comments down below if you want to. And for more of the world's finest riding gear, stay tuned to Urban Rider. Thank you.